Okay, everyone, I know that we're just getting ready to get started here. We're going to wait about 3 or 4 minutes before I do introductions. But anyone who's on Facebook that said this wasn't working, it was because I didn't have it on yet. But it should be now, so feel free to join. You can already get your questions up on Facebook or on the Google Hangout page, or however you want to get them to me. But I am very excited for this evening. I've got a wonderful glass of bourbon here. Should be great. But I'm going to showcase a few things why we wait for everybody to start joining. So you guys have known I've been doing the ungating for some freebies here, and I just got to showcase a few of them. I got this wonderful...
Kill me.
Oh, we have a kid joining us. You have no idea. This is going to be the best hangout ever. This wonderful picture was sent to me. Thank you for that. Let's see what else I got here. I got this wonderful Bart Starr signed Packers hat. I know you guys think that I might be crazy doing some of this stuff, but it's just a lot of fun. I like to help out as many people as I can. I also got this really cool hat. If you can't tell, I know the guy, Todd, here is wondering what in the heck he's got himself into for the evening. Huge Packers fan. Actually traded some coaching for some Packers tickets. Real excited to go to Lambeau Field this year. 3 times, so it should be awesome. But, yeah, that's my craziness. So, like I said, we're going to give everybody another 2 or 3 minutes here. It looks like we already got about 5 to 6 people on here. But we want to make sure we give everybody the opportunity to join because this may be my favorite hangout ever because I'm going to be just as interested as you all will be, and you'll find out a little bit more about that here in just a few minutes. So now, I'll show one other thing before we get started. This is probably my prized possession of everything. So if anybody doesn't know, and I know this is really off topic, it's just if you're here early, you get to hear the random crap that I do. I got this little panda here. And all the change that I get, we stick it on this little button. And the little panda bear grabs it and throws it in there. I know this is going to look extremely strange. But yeah, I do have a Panda Bear bank. And we're up to 10 viewers, so let's go ahead and get started. It's 8:30. Welcome to the Tech Tuesday here for FBA Master. I am one of your FBA Masters, Chris Wilkey. John and Mike don't usually do the videos with me, but I know they're behind the scenes. They're working on things right now. They're going to blow your guys' mind all out of the place. I'm here tonight with probably something that you guys won't see a lot. It's going to be really cool. So before we get started here, I know it sounds crazy. I'm going to give you a little backstory of how we got our guests for this evening. So as you all know, I've been extremely busy lately. Been running my butt off. Left a job, starting a new job, working on the house, everything in between. And Mike and John started talking with me the other day, and were explaining how they had this software that was just incredible. And they asked me if I had ever used it, and I said, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't even know what this is. So they started talking, and they were actually able to get 2 guys from the company to come and demo it for us tonight, teach us a little bit about what's going on, make magic happen. So that is where we're at tonight. I've never seen this. I'm going to be asking the same questions you'd be thinking right now. Mike and John use it on a daily basis and freaking love it. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to one of our co-hosts for the evening, Todd. Oh, look, he's behind. You got a fireplace. It's like it's time to sit by the fireplace with the mahogany wood. But I would like to welcome you tonight and say thank you for joining us. But I'm just going to turn it over to you to give yourself a little bit of an introduction.
Sure. Well, hello, everyone. My name's Todd Norenhentz, and I, along with Tedric Paulk, created something called OAXRAY, and what it is, it's a Chrome extension that helps you source for online arbitrage. We support 20 different sites, which you can find oaxray.com/sites. And what it'll do is if you're on a search results page, or maybe you navigate to a category, this software will allow you to look up not just one product, but all the products on that page with one click. Matching them to the Amazon catalog. A little pop-up will come up in another tab in Chrome, and it is only for Chrome. and a
You're a man
spreadsheet.
after my own heart right there. I love it. The Chrome is my preferred browser, and I think some FBA sourcing and FBA has been part of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's the browser for online arbitrage, to be sure. So kind of a spreadsheet type format comes up, and there's some tools that go along with that spreadsheet to help you identify, which ones might be worth buying, which ones might be worth watching, and which ones you can totally ignore. So it's a real big time saver. For those doing online arbitrage, and really, like the name says, gives you X-ray vision into a kind of 20 projects, 50 products, 100 products at a time, rather than just kind of clicking around one at a time.
Awesome. So now I've got to ask, how in the world did you come up with an idea or this product, the extension, to build it? Were you an FBA seller? Did you know somebody? How did this all kind of start?
Sure, yeah. Well, I've been selling books on Amazon for 10 years or more. Got into all kinds of things, maybe a year and a half ago. Tedric and I were both part of the Chris Green's DDR, Deals Done Right group. We were sourcers for Deals Done Right, and we had some, Tedric kind of had a system that managed products that he could get on one website, sell on another website, and I had some data extraction techniques, and we just traded notes. And Tedric really had the main idea of the pop-up kind of thing coming out of a search page, and we just worked together and created it first for ourselves, and then we quickly realized it was something that we could offer as a tool to other sellers.
And just so everybody knows, Tedric is actually joining us this evening. His wife is running a little late, so he will be in and out because he's taking care of his kid. So if you see a random guy pop on who starts talking, that's Todd's counterpart, Tedric, and he will be helping with the demo and everything this evening. So don't be scared of some random guy. He's part of the show. But yeah, so let's start before we get into the demo here. I love to do some online arbitrage. Love finding items. What makes this different than some of the other extensions that are currently out there?
Well, it's a tool designed exclusively for sellers.
Okay.
People often ask us, is it like Jungle Scout? Or no, it's really an online arbitrage just for one website, flipping it on Amazon kind of tool. And it'll give you similar data that you get when scanning an app in a store on a scanning app.
Which is something I think that frustrates me, and I'm really excited to see this because I'll hop on and I have other extensions built in, but they really seem to be built for the person buying items. So they'll have a lot of information on there, finding the lowest price, and they're not really comparing it. It's just really, okay, here's where you can find the lowest price at, because it's built for the shopper in mind. And I know a lot of those are driven by affiliate sales that build up there, and your guys is more built for the seller in general, because you guys know you've been finding the deals and you just built a tool to do it.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm so freaking excited. Can you just pull it up so we can start seeing it?
Okay, sure.
I know that I will have about 1 million questions along the way, so I'll apologize ahead of time.
Okay, yeah. Just interrupt me anytime, and let me see if I get this screen share thing going here.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, if anyone has any questions, there's a few different ways you can ask them tonight. There's a question and answer feature on Google Hangouts if you're actually watching the Hangout through Hangouts. You can also post them in the Facebook groups, FBA Master. Oh, gift card granny. Oh, sorry. You can post them in FBA Master. I'll be moderating those throughout the evening, and I'll be pitching them in whenever I can get in there. So just feel free to start asking questions, and I will relay them as best as I possibly can.
Okay, here's our list of stores. You have anyone in particular you want us to source on, or?
Let's start with Target, please.
Alrighty. Okay, so maybe we'll just head on over to the toy section. Might be a good place to start. We do have a little trouble with clothes on Target.
I always have trouble with clothes on whatever I'm looking at. I can never get the ranks to pull up correctly, so I don't think it's just you, but... So say you want to do this, you purchase it and it goes into just installs into Chrome, and then you have access to it.
Right. If you sign up through the link on y'all's event page, we'll send a code to you just as quick as we can. It's not automated, so we may send it out immediately, maybe up to a few hours if it's.
Or there may be a guy running a hangout that's taking them away from sending out the codes.
Right. So if you have to wait till the end of the hangout, but I'll spend some time after the hangout sending out codes if we get some orders. So you gotta get to a page where there's the actual listings with the prices on it.
Okay. So I'm an online seller. I'm wanting to stock up on toys for Q4, and I've got landed that my niche is musical toys and instruments. So I've pulled up this page and let's see.
So now that you've got, this is the kind of page you want to find here. And what I like to do is kind of get the maximum here. It will take a little longer to run more, but so I've got it showing 120 items, and then I'm going to come up here to this little icon. This is our OAXRAY icon, and I just give that a little press.
Oh.
And it's going to pop up with a spreadsheet. Now we've got colors, and you can set these colors up however you want, but basically red means that it's a negative net profit. Green means there's a positive ROI. Yellow means that there's no match found on Amazon. There may be a match, but we weren't able to automate that. And I think I've got gray here, means that there's no listings, which is really useful. There's a match, but there's no one on that listing. So it's still loading here, but let me just take you through here. In addition to you'll see the target prices. If you hover over it, you'll see it'll give you on one side the Amazon picture and the one side the target picture. Everyone knows Amazon's catalog, has problems, and our software isn't perfect either. So it's a good idea to take a visual inspection to see that you're getting the same product here. So looks like it's finished loading. That bar has gone away. So what you can do is, let's say you did buy a discount card. I don't know what they're running right now, but you could get 6.7% off, and then you get 2% back cash back. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say I'm going to get at least 8% discount.
And if you don't buy gift cards like that and you use a Target Red card, you can always put in your 0.05%, or I guess it's 5%.
Yeah, you just put in 5 here, and so that automatically recalculates all these numbers. So I'll do it again so you can watch. See, it recalculated these numbers here. It doesn't change the prices over here, but it just changes the ROI and NP, which stands for net profit. And it does that just automatically. And then what I like to do is I go over here at positive ROI just to look at the positive ROI items. And you can click on these column headers to sort them. So you get, okay, here's one at 45%, 32,000 rank. Oh, okay, I might be interested in that. Looks kind of big, but I can see over here it doesn't appear to be oversized. Although it's category musical instruments, I don't like that rank quite as much, musical instruments, so I might kind of come on down to the next one. But what you do is you just say click through on that target link, and it's going to take you directly to the target listing. And if you click through on the Amazon listing, it'll take you right to the Amazon listing.
So it's comparing those two in your browser through the extension when it's comparing everything. So that's kind of saving you the step of using the FBA calculator to kind of find out your net profit in your return.
Right. And we got some tools here too, where you can say you're using a fulfillment service or something, and it's going to cost you $1 per item. You can add $1 there, and you can add inbound shipping fee, or if you're using inventory placement, you could say I'm going to put in 30 cents for my inbound shipping, it'll recalculate all that for you.
Okay, so now say I want to buy one of these, but I'm trying to make a big list before I do that. Can I like add them to a list?
Sure, yeah. We've got a buy list. You just would press, say, this button right here, and it's going to send it over here to the buy list. So often you want to put together a big order for Target or something. You want to, string together 5 or 6 items. You can use that buy list that way. You could also use the buy list just to keep those items archived, for listing when they come in or whatever you want to do.
So now, how often does this information update? If I were to put stuff into a buy list to like create a watch list, essentially, how often does it update?
I think that's something we'll add in the future, but right now I think it just stays static here as you put it in.
Okay.
Yeah, but that would be a nice feature to kind of have a button here to automatically update.
Now I'm going to charge like a royalty fee for the idea, because this noggin is always thinking. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Now this is fascinating because I honestly, when I first started doing online arbitrage, and I hate to admit this because I like to find myself as like the ultimate deal finder. I would actually click through and open up a bazillion tabs and compare them all through like a price blank or invisible hand, and I would spend hours upon hours looking, and I'd only find like one item. This is incredible. Wow, I'm just amazed. Could we do one like in grocery, for instance, from Walmart?
Sure.
This is great to find some replenishables, especially if you had a target ROI that you were looking for and stuff that you can either buy in the store or order online and get shipped to you. So let's go like coffee or tea or something like that. Help you out instead of just making you randomly search for something.
All right, so coffee. For best results, wait till the page to load, but you can get it to work even before.
If you are impatient and cannot wait for the page to load, you need to find something else to do. Watch these videos or do something exciting like that.
So we'll watch it populate here. Now, one issue we've run into with groceries, of course, is multi-packs. Okay. So let me show you how we deal with that. And so it's a lot better now than it used to be with our program.
Well, that's one thing. Even when I scan in the store, sometimes I get duped by the multi-pack thing. I have to double-check everything before I go in there. And you're like, okay, I think this sounds right. And then you get it home, and you're like, crap, I should have looked a little harder before I threw 20 of those in my cart.
Yeah, so we've added this quantity field, and if someone, so say, let me see if I can find one that's not right.
Fifth one down.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6. Sorry.
6. Okay, so this is a pack of 10 on Amazon, where it's a 1. Well, it's not even the right item.
Now, everyone's got to realize that software, as much as it can be as perfect, you could code it perfectly, but there's still the errors run with data. So the computer's only as smart as what you tell it to do, and if you tell it to match certain keywords, it'll do it. It may not match the latter half of those. It may say pack of blank or blank, but the computer runs as the commands are prompted, and sometimes the computer can't understand what normal humans understand in language and context, which explains a lot of the times when you see those discrepancies. I know in some of our lists that we provide, there's some discrepancies that come up, and even though there's humans looking over that, you still sometimes miss those little things.
Sure. Well, in the same way, you find those random things when you're scanning out an RA situation. This is obviously on Amazon a user-created listing because it's a great value from Walmart brand. So say this, we'll just pretend that it's a right listing. You could go here to the quantity field and just enter in 10, and it's going to recalculate things. So
That'll adjust
it's
the
even worse than
purchasing price.
Yeah, and then, but once you do that, or once any user does that, this has happened here on this one, it's going to keep that 4 or that 10 in our system, so that you notice down here, this one's a 2 and this one's a 4. So it's kind of a crowdsourced thing where we've been able to really cut down on the frustration of sourcing multi-packs.
So now, I guess this is a question just because I'm always crazy like this. Sometimes I'd probably advise people to stay away from those if someone's adjusted them, because someone else has looked at that item before and tried to see the price. Just what the first thing that pops into my head to look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Not
sure.
saying that's a good or a bad way to do it, but I would think if someone took the effort to adjust it to see the price, they may have taken the effort a little bit farther. But
That's true, but I mean,
and I'm not
every listing has multiple sellers on it. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't let that scare you away, but that's just me.
And we've done some of the matching also, so it could be that we put these numbers in here. There's really no way to tell if we put it in there or if maybe someone else did.
Yeah, and everyone say hi to Tedric here. I know I introduced him a little bit ago. He's the random guy that's going to pop in and out, who's the brainchild behind all of this. And I don't want you or Todd to think that I'm dogging anything. I just have to ask the questions that would cross the mind of all of the Facebook people that I know I'll get asked 27 million times.
Oh, sure.
That
Ask away, no problem.
Let me show you something else here. You may have noticed this, but if you scroll over the Amazon price, you're going to get the Keepa chart.
And is that only showing the market? Oh, there we go. There's the yellow.
Well, it depends on the chart. One kind of tricky thing I like to do is actually pull up the worst ROIs, particularly in toys or clothing. And here's one. You can find Amazon to Amazon deals this way because one reason you might have a really bad ROI is that Amazon's just really low right now. So that's kind of a sneaky way to use the software.
I think we're going to stop the interview right here. No one else needs to know how to use this tool. I'll be back on my yacht in a few months, and I'll thank you guys at that point because that's an ingenious idea. I really think that is incredible.
Yeah, and on our website, if you go to oaxray.com/uses, we've got kind of 15 or 16 different sort of off-label ways that you can use the software, other than the conventional way that I've been kind of showing you. There's a number of different kind of techniques that we've come up with.
So now, could I, as a user here, the ones that are either yellow or gray that don't have an Amazon listing, could I use this as a field to decide I want to make a listing for those? Is that a good way to search? Is there like a filter for that?
Sure. I would say that you're going to want to check. Let's just try one here. I'll press this. Pull up the Walmart listing. In many cases, there actually is going to be a listing. The data wasn't there either.
Okay.
The source code where we're pulling from or on Amazon's catalog to make the match. It looks just at a cursory glance like that. So you can use that to find the matches, or if you find that there's no match there, it's a good opportunity to create a listing, sure.
And I just had a guy question this, and I can understand the question behind it. He mentioned that wouldn't this tool kind of give the power to everyone to find all these deals and kind of ruin the online arbitrage space for finding them? Do you guys find that you have a lot of complaints like that, or is there just so much data and so many products that no matter if we had 1,000 people looking at it, they're all going to find something different and all going to have different levels of risk and return and rules?
Yeah.
Well, to start off, we don't have 1,000 people, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, after this video, I can't guarantee that, but.
And the other thing is we're also adding in additional sites as we go. So as we get more members, as we have more interest in it, we're going to be adding more sites. When we started, we had about 10. Now we have approximately 20 sites. I didn't look today, but it's approximately 20. And it will just continuously be growing as we grow with more members. We have a few million listings right now. I'm sorry, what?
Could I ask how many members you guys currently have?
I do not know the exact number. I guess, Todd, we're cool. That doesn't matter. I guess.
I'll say it's under 200.
Under 200. There we go.
Well, that may double by the end of this video, but that's really fascinating. I know 2 of them. So, I mean, there's, yeah, to answer your question, Mike, off of Facebook, I think the ground is pretty fresh here, and if you can find out how to use this tool before everyone else does, you'll have the advantage in the upper hand, especially if they keep growing and adding more stores. It's just like with the deal groups that I run. There are so many deals out there that not every single person can buy every deal and run it. It's just you do not have enough capital, you don't have enough time, and you don't have the resources to pack and ship all of that.
And if you're really worried about it, you can use it to source on flash deals that only are going to last for a few hours. Sometimes you get the emails from Toys R Us or Target, and it says, hey, there's a sale from noon to 2 p.m., 50% off, get in there now. And that's where often the deal groups can't get in there quick enough. Maybe the software is, I don't know how often they run, but if you get there exactly when those deals come out, you can either buy out the stock, you don't have to worry about competition, or you can just buy it within that 1 or 2 hour window, and not a lot of people are going to catch it within that 1 or 2 hour window.
Because imagine that I got that sale, and there was 2,000 items on that sale. If I was doing it the old way, I'd have to go through each of those freaking items, which I've done before on the Disney 24-hour sale.
Yes, yes.
I about kill myself because by the time I find a freaking item, it's all sold out because it took me an hour and a half to get to it.
Exactly.
So I can understand, and that's another great way to use that. I never would have thought about that.
Well, let me show you something, Chris. If you a lot on Target Toys and Toys R Us, you will find a lot of out-of-stock products when you find a good ROI and rank you like. But what you can do if you have, you can use Keepa, or you can use, I've got ScanPower Web Scout. You could just go here and you can set your alert for that product. You can go back and, was it this one? And add the link here and get that in stock, out of stock alert right from ScanPower or from Keepa.
Yeah, so if anybody's sitting there wondering what the heck ScanPower is, we're hopefully going to have a demo of that at the end of this month. So do not worry. If you do not use it, you will be taught how to use it, I promise. So do not fear. Great tool. I do see the Keepa, the Camel, and the ScanPower over there. Now, I do also notice with the stores that when you pull this, it shows Walmart, Target, and Kohl's. Does that vary based upon store, or is that the same 3 plus the one you looked at on every store?
Right. So in our database, we'll record prices from across all our supported sites. So you may actually be sourcing on Walmart and find that it's cheaper at Target. In this case, it's not. But now these are going to be kind of the last time it was run there, so they're not 100% accurate, to be honest.
Okay. Hey, you know what? It's not going to be. I mean, there's things. I run websites at work, or I used to, and I know as a marketing guy, sometimes prices are just wrong, and it may take you a month to get to it. But sometimes it's just not updated correctly, so no problem.
In any case, you've got one-click access to all of it there pretty quickly, and so you can really make sure you're getting the best price. Or if it's out of stock one place, it may be in stock somewhere else, or you may buy one site out and you want to buy more. It just it's going to give you, and so it's going to not show. I mean, we got 17 other stores that are not showing because they're not relevant to anything that we've scanned here, so it just saves space on the screen.
Okay, I've got 2 questions that have come in from the crowd.
Okay.
First one, when you get this, are there any training videos? I think I know the answer because I see the button that says video help. But are there what kind of tutorials do you guys have to go along with this?
Yeah, Tedric has put together a bunch of really great videos. In fact, this video help button will be specific to the store that you're on. I'll press this now, and it's going to take us to the Walmart.
With OAXRAY and today.
But you can follow our YouTube channel. If you go to oaxray.com, there's a video link on our site, and it'll take you right to all of our videos. And we've got some good training videos on how to help you get set up, videos that are kind of store specific, so you can. And they're good to watch just to get ideas on how to use the software.
Okay, and then the second question was someone asked if I have two computers at my house, do I have to purchase two different credentials, or can it go on both of them?
No, good question. Yeah, we allow people to use multiple computers. The license is for support of one Amazon account.
Okay.
So we allow you to use it even for virtual assistants, as long as they're supporting your Amazon account. So it's a great tool to hand to your VAs to, really speed up their sourcing.
Yeah, I mean, I just was sitting here thinking that if I could train a VA, which you guys already have the training videos done, on how to use this to build out a list of items to buy, it sounds like I could just open my inbox every morning and have a list of items there ready to buy.
Yep, or you can use our buy list feature. I don't know if he showed you that, but if you go to the right side of the...
So I guess you'd never have to leave it. It would just be there, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
so if they're using your same account, they can assemble that buy list for you, and even though they may be on the other side of the world, you'll be able to go in there and look at the buy list. And
you can export that, I see, to a CSV file?
Right.
Okay. Wow. I am really ticked at John and Mike right now because they did not tell me about this until Monday. So I'm not friends with them for the rest of the day because this is freaking awesome. So I guess my next thing to do here, yeah, I got a question here from Wesley. He asked if you could go into, let's say here, if you could scroll down to the bottom of that list that you have up right now.
Yep.
Okay. And pick one of those, like the Colombian coffee with the high rank and the return. Mm-hmm. He's asking if you could dive into this and show the two products, because obviously he wants to check them out. But
I'm suspicious of this one right away with the that ROI. Something's not going to be quite right.
Which should be a red flag. You have to do a little investigation. Never believe what you first see on anything.
So I click this. And it may just be the rank can't be good on that. Yeah. So I mean, we're talking
maybe
100,000 rank.
One sell in the last year.
So, and if you look at the price has been much lower, and even that's probably too high. And I don't know, there may be a better listing, but the software is supposed to select the lowest ranked match.
Okay.
So often you'll get multiple matches, and it's supposed to pick the lowest rank. For various reasons, that may be that there was incomplete listing on the one that is the lowest rank, and so it doesn't match properly or something like that. So that does happen, but yeah, buyer beware for sure.
Well, yeah, you're not. This isn't like, and I can't stress this enough to people. This isn't free money sitting out here. There is work to do, and I don't know if I could beat my head against the wall telling anybody this anymore. Just because you see something that's a high return, other people are attracted to that, and supply and demand is going to drive that price down. There will be times you can find that when an item has some sort of other factor that is driving the supply of an item down or the demand of an item up. So like Christmas time, you see the demand increases exponentially, so you can charge higher prices, or a discontinue item comes on, and you can charge higher prices because the supply isn't there. So don't get your hopes crushed if you buy something that has an abnormal return. You send it in and it doesn't sell. That's why you have all of the information with the Keepa charts, the camel charts, the camel charts, the price history, it's all there for you to kind of decipher what you're seeing. It's not just I see a positive return, I buy it. There's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah. Chris, I think this is going to be dynamite heading into Q4 for identifying over retail items for RA sourcing. You're going to be able to go into the Target.
Stop giving my ideas away. Stop it. That's exactly what I was thinking, because if I'm looking for an item and I want to make a shopping list for me to go to the store, I just run it, find the stuff that it's green, go look at it, I'll double check it and scan it at the store, but I'm able to do my research before I ever leave my house instead of wandering blind through the store.
Right.
Also, you can price match the online store. If the price is higher in the store, just do a screenshot, take it with you, and even if the price is higher, I've done this a few times at Target, just show them the lower price and they'll take it off. So you'll save even more if it's lower online than at the store itself.
I'm so ticked right now because I have spent so many hours messing around with this crap. If I just would have known about this, I could have probably saved myself half my liver of drinking and getting frustrated and cussing and all that stuff. So this is fascinating. So can you guys show me some other cool things with it? You know, I heard you say you have 16 different off-book ways of using this. Could you show maybe some of those or some other features that not everyone would know about?
Okay. Well, here's one cool thing. If you right-click on the price on Amazon, you come down here, and this is native to our extension, where it says Copy ASIN. So you can just copy the ASIN right to your clipboard. So say you're going right to list it into Inventory Lab or ScanPower, or put it on some list you've got, or share it in your Facebook group, Chris. You can, just do that quick right-click to get just the ASIN, and then, paste, and there you got the ASIN right there. So that's just one little handy thing. Let me show you some other things here at the top we haven't gone over. You can set up, an ROI threshold. Say, I only want to look at things that are over 30% ROI. You enter in 30. Now, unlike the discount in these boxes over here, it doesn't recalculate automatically. You put in 30, then you press My Buys, and then that's gonna only show you the ones over 30% ROI. You can go back to Show All Listings, or you can do the same thing with rank. Say I only want to look at things under, say, 100,000 in rank. Click My Buys. It's not supposed to be showing these 0 ranks, so we got to figure that out. But that'll the sort feature is maybe just a little bit more reliable, to be frank, than the filter feature. But it's still a useful little tool there. You can also, if you want to look at currently unavailable items, there doesn't have to be any on this page, but you want to find those ones where there's no other sellers. Just that one click will take you just to those, or no match found, it's going to take you to those. You can go back to Show All Listings or Positive ROI.
So
also, you can use this Merchant Fulfilled box, and that's going to change the calculation from FBA to Merchant Fulfilled. You may want to be doing that some during fourth quarter.
If you're approved to ship them, but I think that's great because I found, and this is just a little tidbit for anybody who's here or watching this later, fourth quarter comes around, some of the best way to take advantage of stuff is having it ready and listed right then and there. People want the quick sell. They don't have to. You don't want to wait the week and a half to get it processed into a fulfillment center. So those merchant fulfilled orders fly off the freaking shelves. Your UPS guy and postal guy hate you for a week. Then you leave them a nice gift card after that and tell them you're sorry and that you're best friends with them.
Yeah.
Maybe from personal experience. I don't know. But
yeah, I've done some of that.
I've actually sold things while I've been in the store. So I'll list them and I'll walk around the rest of the store, and by the time I've checked out, I go, well, I've sold that, I've sold that, I've sold that. And I mean, if you were able to filter it right and have the right kind of searches during toys and everything, you could almost run a list of items that are 10,000 in rank or less that have a positive ROI on the merchant fulfilled side of it, and have a list of items. Go to freaking sit at home, list them, go to your store and buy them, or be at the store, put them in your cart, go grab a bite to eat at the little cafe they have there, if the store's fancy enough to have a cafe. And then you can just buy what sells during that period. That's probably not the best thing to advertise, but it's an idea.
One thing I like to do is find shadow listings with this extension. So I'll sort by...
with that.
What's that?
Can you explain what you mean by shadow listings?
Oh, it's just a name. I guess I made it up, or maybe I heard it somewhere. I generally will sort by the sales rank, get all the ones with 0 sales rank, and I will check to see if there's any activity, and generally that activity would be reviews for the item. So if I see an item with a 0 sales rank, I found one the other day, and I kind of look at the name brand also, so it wouldn't be like a store brand. I found some DeWalt tools, and it had a 0 rank, and it was just listed, and I think it was listed in miscellaneous, or it was just listed in a category, and for whatever reason, the rank said 0, but there were 66 reviews, and they were all in the last year.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was wondering by shadow listing.
Oh, sorry. I waited to the end. I was cliffhanger. So, so there were 66 reviews on it. On average, you're talking 1 to 2% review rate. I don't know what your review rate is for items, but it's pretty low. So I'm figuring that there were 2,000 maybe sales in the last year since it had 66 reviews. And
now question is review. Is there like a column for reviews on here?
We do not have one. We're looking at a way to add it, and that is one that I want to add so that you can see, okay, this item has 20 reviews. It has a 0 sales rank, so there must be something going on. So that's something we're going to add. Right now, I just sort by sales rank, and I'll look at, hey, does this have a name brand that people would recognize? And if it does, then I will look further into it.
Okay.
So that's the way I'm doing it, and it's going to be a lot easier once we add this this column. But right now you can do it manually, and you will still find some items and make some money. I've been selling this tool for the last couple weeks now, and no one ever checks it, because if you're in a store and you see a 0 sales rank, you generally just skip over it.
I try not to. I've learned my lesson about that, because I went to a Meijer the other day, and I had a cart full of the shadow rank or shadow listings that had like hundreds of reviews but no sales rank. And you're like, this is sold. You can't review something you haven't bought. This is stupid.
Exactly.
So okay, so now I guess I'm honestly in shock, because now how long has this tool been out there?
So we've had about 3 months, maybe a little bit longer. Tedric and I have probably had it for 4 months. I think it's been for sale. We had a beta, kind of a month-long beta period, and we just continue to work on it. It's not, it's a work in progress, but it's still very functional now.
It's continually improving. You got to get your wording right there. It's just continually improving.
It's continually improving.
Wow, I'm literally amazed, and I know that people probably go, well, he's just doing this because he's isn't about. No, I haven't seen this crap, and this is freaking awesome, and I'm mad because I haven't seen it, and I think these guys have done something that's really incredible, and I'm absolutely impressed by it. Sorry about that. And you can really do some cool things if you like Excel documents and can run a lot of comparison there. I don't know what you do with that, but I just know people can do crazy stuff like that.
Sure. Well, you want to take a look at maybe some clothing or something? And
let's do it. We got 20 minutes left, and we've got some questions. I know Karen was asking about tracking products, and that was done through ScanPower, but you can also set price alerts through Keepa, and they do pull the comparisons across the websites in the columns in the middle there for certain ones. So, Karen, I hope that answers your question. I know that it popped up here. But, yeah, go ahead and pull some clothing, guys. I've got some people here. I'm just waiting on questions, but I'm interested to see some clothing because I will.
Shoes are popular these days with a lot of sellers. We support Puma. So let's see what they got on sale here. Women's shoes here. I might just do a check for what kind of discount I can get. It looks like you can get 19% plus 4.5 cash back. So at least
that was one of my questions. Could you use a since you guys are by subscription based, you can use like an Ebates or a Fat Wallet to get your cash back, correct?
Yeah, we're not. We don't have any. We're not getting affiliates off any of your purchases. It's so it's not going to interfere with your Ebates or your Fat Wallet or anything like that.
Awesome. That's extra money in your pocket if you're not catching that.
Yeah. So I'm just going to run this, keeping in mind that I'm going to add a discount of at least 23.5% here. So I put in 23.5. It's going to recalculate. And I'm going to positive ROI.
Look at that.
Now we get terrible data on the sales rank for clothing, shoes, items of variation from Amazon's API. So it's going to say 0 on almost all clothing and shoes. And
you're going to be ahead of half the people that use this, because a lot of people won't take that extra step to actually just click on it and compare it.
But there's going to be tons of great ones. I'm going to probably be suspicious of one that's that good. I think this is.
There's a pony. That's why.
From a Macy's price, it was probably a closeout or clearance. It's not available. Yeah, so that's not right. But let's look at this next one here. I'm gonna actually we probably better click on the Amazon one first just to kind of see if the rank is acceptable.
Oh, that's fine. I think, yeah, please.
Yeah, so 8,000 in shoes here. That's a winner. It's got a pretty big spread on the price, so that rank is probably due to the low price, but 39. So, and it's going to tell you kind of the one to pick here, 7.5, 7.5. Looks like it's the $65 one. So there's a live bolo for you if anyone wants to go get it.
Well, you know what? The problem is you'll probably be sold out by the time people watch this in half an hour. You'd be amazed at the amount of stuff people buy here if it's a good deal.
Yeah. So if you get that, that discount gift card and use your, Ebates, or maybe there's even a better deal. I don't know. If you even get better than 4.5%, but so yeah, that's what I just go through and kind of click on these and kind of vet them for rank, and then look a little closer.
Something that'd be great for a virtual assistant to do.
Right.
For people out there watching that are trying to brainstorm how to do this without wasting all your time. It's a great little feature.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is there anything else awesome?
Well, I could show you some of our off-label uses. I don't know.
Let's do it. I'm fascinated by off-label uses because I always think that I'm some genius that came up with them when I realize they've been used and by half a dozen people, and I'm just the guy who never figured it out.
Okay, so yeah, one thing you can do is what we call power sourcing here. Don't just, let's see, where are we? Did this one? Yeah. Don't just stop at, this one, Puma's unusual in that it doesn't paginate, it kind of continuously goes, but so we're back at Walmart here. Go ahead and right click on these pages, get them loading. And you can run multiple scans at the same time. So I'm just gonna wait till it loads, and then I'll press this again. There's a limit to this before you'll crash your computer, but
well, yeah, my computer has shut off many of times sourcing when I have about 10 million tabs, and it's going cannot compute, cannot compute. So while that's loading, a few questions that I know the answer to because I've paid attention here. Brian goes, is it Firefox or Chrome? Chrome only. You got to be a Chrome guy or girl to be using most of these extensions. So we've answered that one. Karen is asking if you have any plans to have something where you could set alerts of like, hey, I want to know when this item drops to a certain point through this. I guess just a future idea or question.
Yeah, we hadn't really talked about that. My kind of gut reaction is there's already a lot of good tools out there to do that.
Okay. That is fine. I just was asking the question as it came up. And then the last question is, are there any plans to turn this into some sort of mobile application? So you could do kind of some or retail arbitrage with it and backing it up. So I'm at a store scanning stuff, pulling in the information, then I can look at it later. This would be great for just random thought that's in my head. There's a few stores around me where the Wi-Fi and satellite's so freaking bad, it's horrible. It'd be awesome if I could scan it, collect the list of the UPC codes, and then run this. So if you guys do that, don't let anybody else know about it. Just let me. But yeah, so are there any plans for a mobile application of this?
Yeah, probably not, in the next month or two, but we'll put it in the idea list.
You mean you can't build a mobile application in a month?
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever do a mobile app. We'll see.
I've just got to ask the questions and give you guys a little bit of crap because that's what I'm good at.
Most of our questions have come about adding more stores, so we're going to focus on adding more stores, getting all these quantities updated so it's right as many times as possible, and just getting the data as good as possible. And if we're to a point where we have enough people coming and saying, hey, we want a mobile application, we'll definitely have to look at it at that point. But right now we've had maybe 1 or 2 requests for it. It doesn't seem like there's going to be enough people clamoring for it to justify it, and everybody's asking for more and more sites, so that's what we're focusing on at the moment.
And I think that's a very good way to do this because I think although it would be cool, I see the real power of this on the online side of it and using it as an online to retail route instead of a retail to online portion of it. So we can all be dreamers and want wonderful things, but we'll just give you guys some cool ideas, and when you guys make millions off of them, we'll go from there.
One thing I didn't show you is this mismatch field. We ran into a mismatch earlier, but if you'll just flag it, that'll send it into a queue to get reviewed, and it'll just help us keep the data improved. So we actually can be a little bit better than Amazon's catalog, just with the help from our users to flag the mismatches, and we'll manually correct them.
Okay, so I guess the thing I like to do at the end of this, we've got about 9 minutes left. Brian, I'm not going to ask that question. Sorry. But I think what I want you guys to do is give your spiel. Tell people how in the heck they can get a free trial, the software. This is your pitch. You guys showed us the software. You weren't doing sales on it, but people have watched. If you want to stop watching right now, you're done. We're just going to do a little pitch here. But why should people consider this? What are the steps to do it? What are the pricing for this? That kind of stuff.
Sure. Well, it's $99 a month, and I know that'll seem like a lot to folks, but it is a very powerful tool. We're often asked, is there a user limit? And what we've chosen to do is just to set the price high to keep the, well, of course, we're in it to make money, but also to prevent everybody and their brother from using it, so that you don't have to worry as much about price saturation. And we've got a special deal worked out with the FBA Masters where we're going to give you all a 6-day free trial, and you can sign up. I think there's a link in the Facebook event for this.
Yeah, I just posted it in the Facebook group as well, so you can sign up for your free 6-day trial. So if you guys need easy access,
right. And we don't have these code. They're not kind of automatically generated. We're still, we've been focusing on really perfecting the product rather than some of the things that would make our life easier, like sending out codes. So we're actually manually sending out the codes. What you'll get an email, and it'll give you some basic instructions on using the tool, a link to the Chrome store where you can find the extension, and then you'll actually need the code that we give you to activate that extension. If you go up here, I'm not screen sharing anymore, never mind. But if you get to the options page of the extension, you just go there and you can choose your colors, and you can input your code, and then you're set to go. So we normally only give a 3-day trial. That's, if you go to our webpage now, that's what you'll see, just a 3-day trial. So we're kind of doubling that for your users, Chris.
And we appreciate that. Now, here's what I'm going to throw out, too, on our end to kind of sweeten the deal even more. And Mike and John have told me not to do this, but I don't listen to them all the time. But we will be doing a training session over this for anybody who does one of those free trials. We're going to probably do it, if I get time, on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Still being in the works, but I'll actually do a walkthrough of how to use this. I'm going to be learning and watching the videos. It's a pretty light week at work, so I can watch things. But I'll be doing some training sessions with this. So if you go, well, holy crap, 6 days, how in the hell am I going to learn all of this in 6 days? It's just, I can't learn it all. I'm going to be there to help you guys. The videos will be available for you. If you don't have it, you're going to be missing out and just waiting for it. But it's a free 6-day trial. If you don't like it or haven't made your $99, which I can't figure out how in the world you wouldn't, you can actually cancel, and no harm, no foul. But I don't think you will, because I know once I get off of this, I'm going to be signing up for it, and I'll probably never cancel it.
Yeah. And I will say, I don't think there's anyone who's ever asked for a refund, and we haven't given that. We're accessible. You can email support@oaxray.com, and both Tedric and I are on Facebook, and I think we're in your group now. We also have a OAXRAY fan page if you want to fan us there. So we're here to help you guys too, and really it's a risk-free sort of thing. Do be sure to cancel if you decide you don't want it. It bills the very beginning of the 6th day, so I just want to make folks aware of that. Some people have been surprised by that, and that's just how PayPal bills.
That's PayPal for you. It never makes common sense to anybody besides PayPal. 2 questions I've got. Is there an expiration date on this free trial? So if somebody wants to start next week because they're out on vacation or something, when does this promo offer? Is it good forever? Or is it good for this next week?
Sure. I'm going to hesitate to say forever, but for the foreseeable future, we'll keep it open.
Until further notice. We'll put it that way. That makes it sound a lot better. Because I will never promise anything, so till further notice. And then Chris wants to know, what stores are you planning on adding soon?
Yeah, so right around the corner, I think we'll have Belk, Dillard's, Bourne Shoes. We've been working on Carter's for a while, still haven't perfected that. Hopefully that'll be ready soon. Also continuing to work on Sears and Kmart. Think Geek has been requested a lot. That's one that's going to be a little bit more difficult for us to add, but I think we'll do it. I know, Tedric, are there other ones that...
You've covered them pretty well. We're pretty close on some of these, so you should see some rollouts in the next few weeks, but it's just going to be kind of sporadic. We try to do 1 or 2 every month, and sometimes we're able to get 3 or 4 out, but we want to everybody should be thinking 1 to 2 a month, and if we can get more than that out, it's just a great month, and we're growing a little faster than we thought.
And from a very interested fan, they want to know, if you guys ever have new features that you need beta tested down the road, were you accepting applications? I'm just kidding. I am the interested fan. First time, long time listener, first time caller. But yeah,
we pretty much just aren't afraid to fail, and we put features out there almost a couple a week. You know, we got new releases 2 and 3, 4 times a week with small little updates, and occasionally they don't go as well as planned, and we just correct them as quick as we can. Um, uh,
You make 100% you miss 100% of the shots you don't attempt. So I give anybody credit that runs into things, puts them out there, and fixes them on the go. Gives a little under the gun bit that forces you to fix the issue, and it shows that you're looking out for the customers. And one thing that I do have to mention that really caught my attention, and I hope other people caught it, they said they haven't spent a lot of time making it look pretty or making it or advertising it. They spent a lot of time making the features work and investing the money into that. So that is a real good sign of a store, company, anybody that I like to invest in is somebody who's not taking the time to tell everybody how good they are. They're taking the time to make the app or the service or product freaking awesome, and everything else kind of goes hand in hand. It was the code bit. You didn't want to make it easy on yourself. You'd rather invest that time and effort into making the product awesome. So I think that is one thing a lot of people didn't catch that really resonated with me, because I think that you both seem like genuine guys who just have found something that can help people, want to make a little money off of it, but have really found a tool that's going to make a huge difference in the lives of those who use it.
Definitely. It was only the huge mega sellers who could kind of go through all these stores quickly, find these items, and I said, well, I guess if the big guys can make these huge programs and go to these stores, there's got to be something for the little guys who don't have $20,000 to slap on this program to, you know, scan Target or Walmart or whatever the site is. And OAXRAY helps just anybody who says, hey, I want to do this and I want to do it 20 times faster, 30 times faster. This is a tool where you can do everything faster and you can just make more money in a faster way without spending all that upfront cash to do it.
Yeah, and time is money, and a lot of people forget that. And when you're looking at things and you can do it 20 times faster, that is more time you can be prepping, shipping, spending with your family, or doing something else. So always remember, time is a cost when you do things. But I do want to thank both of you guys for taking the time to join me this evening. We're out of time for this evening. I got to go to bed here shortly because I got to go to work. But I do appreciate you guys joining us, and I will say that when you guys hit 1,000 members, that I was in it before you hit that, and I expect another Google Hangout when you guys hit 1,000 members. Can we make it?
We'll do one before if you want.
That's a deal.
I think that you guys will be amazed with once people can actually see the products and it gets pushed out into these social platforms where there's a lot of sellers. Your guys' genuine attitude about it and showing it, people are going to think of a lot of more different ways of using your software than you could ever imagine. I know you guys are two very smart guys, but there's some people who think outside the box, around the box, under the box, wherever the box is, they're not there. So I do appreciate you guys taking the time. I learned a lot. I know you sold one person on it this evening, and I imagine there's going to be a lot more, so I appreciate it, and you guys are welcome back on the show anytime.
All right, sounds great. Thanks for having us, Chris. Yeah.
Not a problem. And everybody that's on here, make sure you follow up with us. This video will be on the blog. There's a lot of other great content. There will be some training courses, one or two videos or sessions where myself, John, or Mike will walk you through how to use this software. I will also be sharing the videos from the guys at OAXRAY to showcase how to use some of this. And I think that you guys are going to find this is an amazing tool. And the longer you wait to get on it, the bigger of a learning curve there will be, because they're just going to keep adding more features, more awesome information, more stores, and they're just there to help you make money. So until next time, which actually next week we'll be hosting Andy Slammons on here, and he'll be talking about some private label awesomeness. And I'm going to try to get him to rap. We'll see how that goes. But he will be joining next week, and then we have the CEO of Inventory Labs the week after that to talk about kind of the future of Inventory Labs and a few of the things I didn't cover during our first Hangout, where I learned that there are people smarter than I am, and it's really great to have them on the show instead of me just blabbering. So we're going to have him, and we hope to have Scam Power on at the end of the month. We'll see how that goes. And if you guys have any ideas for people you'd like to see on the show, shoot them to myself, John, or Mike, and we will try our best to make that a reality. So until next Tuesday, have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.